Welcome back, my friends. We're back on Graves in the Jungle. This is Emerald 1, around 20 LP. We're versing a Mundo jungle this matchup. Now, when you're versing a Mundo, yes, it is Graves favored until about 3 items, I would say. You can kind of look to just full clear faster than Mundo. Mundo has quite a quick clear speed though. So you want to just try and stay on tempo, be showing up 2 lanes before Mundo. And yeah, if you have lane priority, then you can look to invade early. But if you don't have lane priority at all, just stay out of the jungle. Look to utilize tempo in little skirmishes and in ganks. So we're going to try and get this early ward in, of course. This gives us the vision we need. On Mundo, we're going to be able to see where he's clearing to, what lane he might want to focus. Now we got to look at our win conditions as well. We have a rather interesting team comp. All pretty much ranged squishies. This is going to be quite a hard matchup because we're playing into Renekton Mundo. It's going to be hard when we team fight because obviously who's going to be tanking? Who's going to soak the CC and stuff like that? It's going to be an interesting game. We're going to have to try and just get little skirmishes around the map. Look to pressure objectives through these skirmishes or picks. We can't really 5v5 unless we're super far ahead. So we'll see how this game pans out. Now I'm going to path into my bot side because Vladimir into Renekton. You're going to waste time as Graves ganking this Renekton. He can use his dash plus flash. So unless that Vladimir gets Renekton nice and low, then we're not going to show up in that top side for a little bit. Now we see Mundo show up on the ward here. That means he started on his red. Oh, sorry. See, you can see he's actually clearing faster than Graves right now. So now I know that he's on his red buff. This gives me an opportunity to gank here. So I ditch my Raptors and we're going to path this way into the gank. This must be warded, which actually puts us off tempo. So Mundo's going to be around here now. That's okay. You can only try these things. If they don't work, then just go back into your full clear. So I smite that to catch back up. In clear speed, you have to assume that Mundo's about here. He'll be on time for this spawning crab, so I'm going to skip my red buff so I don't get double scuttled. I wanted to make this gank bot before because Pyke had pinged summoners. I think Soraka used both summoners. So it is worth it. If that wasn't water, we would have got a kill. I can ping this Ahri back because Mundo is going to try and cross over. Actually, no, he won't. He'll stay on tempo. He'll go B and look to just stay on tempo because we have lane priority. He's not going to want to force through here because Pyke can roam. So he's going to give this crab to me. And then I'm just going to get an early ward in. Which we could have pinged where Mundo was going to be there, knowing the information.
An ally has been slain.
So you could actually... These Raptors are probably spawning in 15 seconds. Because Mundo showed up bot, he is now off tempo for these spawning Raptors. There is a chance you could hang around to steal these, but you'd have to be pretty quick and then kind of just base to defend where he goes next, whether it be the dragon or if he tries to invade you. But we're gonna play the safe option. We're not gonna burn time here in case that Zed does roam and we don't have items, then the Renekton Zed can collapse on us. So we'll just spend our gold, keep full clearing, and then just path towards our bot side. If we can just get bot side ahead, continue with our win condition plan, take these dragons. Make sure Vladimir is aware that Mundo's going to be in this top side. So this is a waste of time doing what I did. A pretty big error. We should be down here. There's no questions on that. It's like a really bad mistake. See, we should be hovering this bot side, preventing that double kill from happening. The only saving grace though is that we get a mid lane gank off. This Ari's quite skilled, so if we can funnel a bit of gold into Ari, she's going to help us carry. So Mundo's going to be looking to path to his bot side soon. Say if their bot side was in a position where they can go for this dragon, which he's doing, and you know that you can't contest, what you can do is just reset and take this quadrant off the map. It's the safe option, but you'd have to be fast on picking up with that information. So yeah, if we were quick to respond, we could have taken these 3 camps, maybe ganked Renekton. Because Mundo can't react because we took this bot side off. So he's going to be in no man's land after he takes these camps and these are gone. He's not going to know what to do with himself. And sometimes when people don't know what to do with themselves, they end up inting. Because they just try and overforce a play. I mean, there's nothing wrong with doing what I'm doing as well. We're just not suffocating the Mundo out by utilizing the map information being given to us. So yeah, Mundo will be here. So I'm trying to ping. Maybe I could hover. But he's going to want to make a play for this. We know that. So execution is going to be really good this game. They got a lot of healing. It's going to be a tough match. And then yeah, you want to defend this for Ari. If Zed was to continue pushing, but he wants to stay on tempo as well, so he's going to go base and look to walk up with that next wave. So seeing as Mundo shows here, can try and sneak away some grubs. And Zed's going to want to catch the wave here, so we have priority mid. Yes, Renekton has priority because Vladimir's in base. So you just have to be vigilant. And you might have noticed I'm not building Youmu's first in this match. And there's a reason for that. And the reason I am building Collector first is because when I'm playing into tank champions, I like to go critical hit early. I'll actually skip Youmu's and I'll just go Collector into Shield Bow, and then into LDR. And getting that early crit just hits so much harder on tankier champions. You just do so much more damage than having that lethality. Especially once Mundo gets to 3 to 4 item. And then you go Infinity Edge into Bloodthirster. Because you don't need... Sometimes, like, especially if there's like 3 tanky champions. I mean, I only did this because of Renekton and Mundo. We needed that extra bit of damage, I think. So if they have like 3 tanky champs, say if they had a Nort, Mundo, maybe an Ornn, then this build would be super OP, especially because you don't need as much movement speed into tanks. They're going to be in your face, they're going to be immobile, and you're going to be critting massive numbers. Careful not to die. We don't want to give Drake over for that play.
An ally has been slain. Enemy
We have to give Drake over because they get double killed. It's important not to lose any friendly players for this dragon. If you can defend it, then yeah, defend it. But don't die for it.
has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
So I don't think that, it wasn't worth it. It's always better if you're not on a death timer, especially when your camps are up. So Mundo will probably be here. He would have reset and then pushed into his top side to clear back to his bot side. Now you just gotta keep an eye on this Rift Herald. Vladimir's got priority top. He's hard stomping this Renekton. So if I can just full clear down, secure crab. We could also look to play for bot. But you could, yes, play for bot. But because Vladimir is in a much better position in this bot lane, then you play for your winning lanes. So that is this half of the map. If you can play for this Rift Herald, unless these guys are close to dying, then it's always better to play with your winning lanes. So we should be taking these off the map, trying to make a play on this top side. We're monitoring where that Mundo is. Sometimes smart players will walk up here to pretend like they're going to go for this, but then they actually loop back around and go into the bot side. And what this does is scares me into going base and then thinking he's on that camp. But yeah, he's trying to trade my top side for it. Okay, so we ended up getting that play on the bot, which is good. We just have to make sure we're pinging this Vladimir. He should have saw the Mundo on that ward. That's alright if I can... As long as Vladimir stays up and farming, that's fine. This isn't too much of a worry. It's really good if I can get Kaiser gold as well. So when you're tossing up between shield bow and building mortar reminder, you have to really gauge whether there's a lot of burst. If there's champions that can burst you down, then yeah, for sure, go shield bow first. That mortar reminder can wait. can see that crypt build just hitting hard. Now I'm just going to help this Ari get prio.
An enemy has been slain. Your team has destroyed a turret.
Yeah, really just try and focus this. Don't collapse with onto that Renekton with Ari. Take away the free dragon. Got outplayed there. Not respecting the Renekton W. I don't really lose much for it because these camps aren't up. Mundo can't take these camps or these camps. It'd be weird for him to go for wolves. So he can't capitalize off it. They don't get the mid tower. It's not the worst death. And then by the time I'm spawning, these camps are only just going to be showing up again. Yeah, I'm being careful not to face check. We don't know where Renekton is. We don't know where Mundo is. So until they show up on the map, don't face check this bush, you know, or any bush. Especially when the game's in a bit of a lull state like this. They're going to be looking for picks. This is good if we get away, because Vladimir's got pressure here. Renekton couldn't push this lane out before that TP, so he just made an all-for-nothing play.
Has been slain.
You can see how not having a front line's really starting to hurt. Especially like in those team fighting scenarios. There's nothing I can do. We don't want to just extend there and then, especially while Baron's spawning, just secure what we can off the map. We have to just basically hope that the Kai'Sa and Vladimir are just scaling nicely. Eventually that cream will rise to the top. Yeah, you need to be careful when you're in the bot lane like this. And Baron's up with no vision on it. That's why I'm going to go base. Just make sure there's no sneaky Baron happening. If we can collapse onto Renekton, then we can make a Baron play. I don't think it's not ideal if you're trading this dragon for Baron. So it's kind of poor timing to make a Baron pick. And that's why that Ari goes base immediately. She wants to stay on tempo. I have an awkward amount of gold, so that's why I don't go buy with that Ari. Sometimes you can get a nice collapse play if you're in this position. Just have to hope there's no wards. But yeah, you can collapse on them here rather than going base and face hitting them from front. Bit of a flank. If they managed to take these ocean drakes, that would have definitely been their win condition, and we wouldn't be able to do anything about it if they had Ocean Soul. That's why I'm hard focusing these dragons. Just like I always say, what is the enemy's win condition? How can you counter against that? How can you play against it before they reach that win condition? We're getting very close to Shilbo, a 3-item power spike. We really need to get this pick for Baron now that we secured that dragon. So that's why we didn't earlier when Renekton was here and we made a gank, or we got that pick on Renekton. That's another reason why Ari was quick to base. She did not want to give over that Ocean Soul. She's aware of their win condition, which makes a really good mid laner. And yeah, it's very, very important to understand and pick up on which champions or which players have this sort of game knowledge in your game, and then basically play with them. They're the players you want to funnel gold into. They're the players you want to cooperate with. Make plays happen around them. It's really necessary to get these little invades off. Start suffocating Mundo out. Because you're negating him from getting these camps, and you're also getting these camps. So it's twice as good as taking your own camp. I saw Zed got the shutdown on Vladimir, which is probably the best case scenario. They've picked an early game team comp as well. Renekton, Lucian. It's kind of awkward. Lucian with Soraka. They picked this early game comp and they're not winning the early game. Yeah, obviously they got the scale with Dr. Mundo and Soraka, but I think their whole team comp is just weird. See how much that crit is doing. It's just so strong. The tanks, bruises. Oh. See Vladimir. I think Vladimir had aggro and then used his W. Not the worst time to die. I mean, we gave over a shutdown, but we're going to be able to show up for Dragon in time. If we didn't die though, what we could have done is at least safely secured our camps into a dragon. So from me dying there, not only do I lose plates, if I be at the right time, I'll be able to take these camps off the map. Also earn 12 CS plus this, plus the plates, so you can understand why dying and timing your base is so important. And these are just key fundamentals that will define you from being a platinum player to being a diamond player. And it's really good to review your games and make sure you're picking up on these mistakes that you're making, because you will grow as a better player. If you understand the mistakes you're making, you understand why maybe you're tilting when you should just learn to stay positive. Maybe you are the issue. And watching your own games might humble you a little bit and show you that maybe you can work on yourself and you can be a better player and you can be a more positive player as well. So make sure you're reviewing if you want to climb. I know it's difficult to want to spend that amount of time. Maybe you don't have enough time in the day to review games, but maybe you're also playing this game way too much. And if you spent more time looking back at your games, at your gameplay, and what's going wrong, then you're actually going to grow twice as fast as a player than what you would do if you're just spamming games. Because yeah, you might know the right choice or the right decision to make at the time in game. And yeah, that might be the right choice. Like right now, I want to play for this Baron. But how you go about playing that Baron may be incorrect. So looking over this, you'll be able to see, okay, what could I have done better to take this Baron? You want to make sure that Kaiser doesn't phase check the Renekton. Because if they get picks here, then we're not going to be able to take this Baron. So we don't want to overforce this fight. Make sure we're securing this rather than getting kills. This gives us 3,000 gold. This gives us 300 gold. Camps are spawning. Not that you want to be taking camps after you got Baron. You want to be pressuring. There's just so much to lose on the map rather than chase these kills here. You got Baron, you got your camps. Gold to spend. So I'm just allowing for my team to be on the map. Typically you want to go base at the same time your team is spawning. So when they're pressuring up on the map and you're the jungler, you're also in that same kind of parallel line as them. You don't want to be back here if your team's pushed up here, securing camps. You want to be up with them. If they're pushed up to the tier 2s, you want to be up there too. I'm just trying to buy that Bloodthirster. I know that if I can get a Bloodthirster, this win is pretty much free. Like, yes, we're doing really good now. And we could win the game with this Baron. I just want to be sure of the win. So if we can get a pick for sure. Make sure you're complimenting your teammates too. They're good players as well. You're not the only good player, my friend. No need to rag on people. It's bad sportsmanship. It's also just negative. Stay positive, compliment people. And yeah, just be a good team player. And also a good enemy player. Respect and humbleness always comes first, right? The cream will always rise to the top. So we're not overforcing this. We've nearly got our Bloodthirster down here. Ocean Soul spawning. Maybe we could overforce and win the game there, yeah. But let's just spend the extra 2 minutes and make sure the win is 100% guaranteed. Imagine throwing here, they come back, win. Imagine how angry you're gonna be. And this is why you stay humble, because of this little thing called karma. Stay humble, you stay positive, and you're gonna get these little dragon Baron steals. They're gonna go your way. The grass, you're gonna have the rub of the green. If they could stop the base, nice. So now that I have Bloodthirster, Ocean Soul, I'm not afraid of fighting these guys.
has been slain.
You don't want to die here as well. You want to be able to pressure with your teammates that are pushing through mid. That's why I'm not trying to greed for the Zed or the Soraka. I'm just kiting backwards. And then you get rewarded by your teammates saying, good play. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed another analysis. This one's been fun. Hope you're learning and you're also carrying your teammates as you watch these gameplays, as you progress through this series. I really hope you're getting something out of it. And if you did like the video, make sure you drop a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel and you want to see more educational gameplay analyses, then yeah, I'll keep them coming. Thanks for watching.